big story tonight, up in flames.
Yeah, the iconic Boblo boat SS Ste Claire destroyed by fire, arson not being ruled out. But there is word just in that the fire may have been sparked by someone doing some work on the boat. You can see the flames raging here just before noontime. The smoke could be seen from miles away. Now take a look at these live pictures from Chopper 7 and take a look at that aftermath. The boat now just a charred shell floating on the water. It was docked at the Riverside Marina on Detroit's east side. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig is there live. Kim, how many people, so many people are so fond of this boat and the memories that it provided over the years.
That's so true, Dave, and a lot of people are really saddened by what's happened here today. Now, the owners say they will rebuild the Boblo boat, but as you can see, there's virtually nothing left to work with. Firefighters are still out here pumping water onto the boat that was being restored. Now, I did just talk to arson investigators. I'll have more on that in a few moments. And witnesses say when this fire started before noon today, it didn't take long for flames to race throughout the old Boblo boat.
Arson investigators are going to get here. They're going to do their best to determine the cause and origin of the fire, and we'll let the chips fall where they may.
Detroit fire investigators now trying to figure out what sparked the blaze on the historic Boblo boat. The owners say they purchased it about 10 years ago and have been working to restore it.
We're both just very devastated right now.
It's been a really tough day. None of us saw this coming. We put a lot of time and effort into working on this boat, and I think the most important thing, everybody's been safe and nobody's been injured. We're going to reevaluate, see what's happening, and then from there we'll hopefully rebuild.
Detroit firefighters first tried to put out the blaze with a ladder truck, and then their boat arrived to pump water from the Detroit River. Investigators have not ruled out arson, but right now there is conflicting information on whether anyone was on the boat. Cliff Jones, who was working on land as a security guard for the boat, says no one was on it when he first saw the smoke. And what did you do?
I immediately called 911.
Apparently there was someone on the boat working. I don't have any details about the person requesting to be rescued, but the individual that was on the boat is off and he was not injured.
I left work to come here, and by the time I got here, the fire was already out.
So there was nobody working on the boat?
I don't know. I don't even know what happened.
The details. We're waiting for the fire department and them to get back to us.
That checkpoint, I have no idea what happened.
What is clear is that there are so many memories tied to the Boblo boat.
I went down to see what's going on.
What was it like seeing it?
Well, the Boblo boat, it's history. I was telling...
Another chapter.
Yeah, another chapter
closed.
of the city. Yeah, I've been on that boat maybe 6 or 7 times.
And in talking to arson investigators just a few moments ago, they say while everything is still on the table, they're leaning toward the possibility that this fire that destroyed the old Boblo boat was accidental. They can confirm that someone was indeed on the boat. We'll tell you what that person was doing on the boat on Action News at 6 o'clock. Right now, let's go to my colleague, Ross Jones, who has more on this really devastating fire affecting so many people. Ross, back to you.
Sure is, Kim. The Boblo boats have been run for more than 25 years, but its owners hope that with enough help, they could restore the Ste Claire to its glory days. But after today's fire, that looks nearly impossible. For generations, Boblo Island was the closest thing Detroit had to Disneyland. And for some 81 years, the SS Ste Claire helped take us there.
Take someone you love to Boblo Island.
Whether you were old or young, rich or poor, you rode the Boblo boats to Boblo Island. And starting in 1910, the Ste Claire ferried as many as 600,000 passengers there each summer. To many, the boats weren't just boats. They were indelible parts of our childhood, iconic pieces of Detroit that even played a starring role in Channel 7 promos throughout the 1980s.
Stand up and tell them you're from Detroit.
But as newer amusement parks opened up, the lines at Boblo got shorter, and the boats that once seemed packed were suddenly empty.
Boblo Island, located up the Detroit River, has been plagued with severe financial problems.
In 1991, the Ste Claire stopped running entirely, and when Boblo closed in 1993, its owner started selling off the park, piece by piece. The SS Columbia, the Ste Claire's sister ship, was fixed up and sent to New York, while the Ste Claire sat in disrepair. Through the years, different investors tried to raise money to restore the old ship. Some made progress, but no one got very far. Kevin Mayer, who worked to fix up the boat, spoke with us in 2016.
What this boat means, and scrapping her is not an option. And we want to bring her back to her glory. She's going to be what everybody remembers.
And while the owners say they are still hoping the boat can be salvaged, those on the ground tell me it appears to be a total loss. Glenda.
Went every summer as a child, Ross. It's just sad to see that happen. Thank you so much. Head to our website and check out a detailed history of the Boblo boat to see a photo gallery of that damage. We have it on our website, WXYZ.TV.